get your game day forecast, just enter the venue at weather.com. Now, you're local on the 8s.
An excessive heat warning is in effect for our area. Currently in our area, 89 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Here's our local Doppler radar. Today, a mix of clouds and sun, hot and humid, high 95, winds southwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. For tonight, generally clear, muggy, low 78, winds southwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. On Thursday, slight chance of a thunderstorm, hot and humid, high 98, winds west at 10 to 20 miles per hour, chance of rain 30%. And Thursday night, clear skies with a few passing clouds, low 71. Our week ahead.
Back to Day Planner. I'm Vivian Brown.
And I'm Jeff Marr. We want to get you updated on today's top stories. Tropical Storm Brett moving just off the east coast of the U.S., but boy, it doesn't look too healthy, does it? It's trying to make a comeback, but a lot of shear there is weakening it, and we'll have the very latest coming up.
And severe weather is firing up in the upper Midwest. Parts of North Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin, even Michigan, all in the red zones today. So we could see hailstones, damaging winds, and very heavy rain.
But the story affecting the most people by far is the oppressive heat. 32 states have heat advisories in place, and most of those spots will continue to swelter for the next several days. Meteorologist Stephanie Abrams has more.
It's the heat wave that just won't let up, and in cities like Chicago, venturing outside means taking cover or taking time to cool off. The scorching heat and humidity that has gripped much of the country for weeks has now moved east, with majority of states experiencing 90-plus degree temperatures.
This is an incredibly strong ridge. It's been incredibly persistent, fueled by the drought in some ways across the southern plains, and it doesn't seem like it's going to be going anywhere anytime soon.
Just outside Philadelphia, workers repaired a section of an exit ramp to heavily traveled I-95 that buckled under the extreme heat. In Charlotte, road crews also braved the hot sun and even hotter working conditions, making it harder to keep cool.
Just be extra cautious, take your breaks, find you some good shade. The wind's blowing, that's real good,
Workers and the elderly run the biggest risk for heat-related problems, but doctors say this ongoing heat wave has the potential to affect anyone.
The single biggest thing is keeping hydrated, and you can use water for this purpose. Gatorade is also fine, but it's easy to get behind on the hydration status.
Experts say pace yourself. In the coming days, there will be little relief. Instead, temperatures could reach near 100 degrees in parts of the Midwest and Northeast.
So we are watching that heat. It'll be shifting east as we go through the next several days. Look at all the heat advisories, heat warnings that have been issued across the middle of the country into the Northeast and the Mid-Atlantic. Again, some 78 million people under heat advisories or heat warnings today. And here's why. I mean, you can see that it is very hot. Even by the temperature alone, it's 98 degrees in Chicago. But when you factor in the moisture that's available in the atmosphere with dew points well into the 70s, it makes it feel much, much harder, and it's much more difficult for your body to cool itself here. It feels like 108 in Chicago, 110 in Louisville, Kentucky, 101 down toward Memphis, Tennessee. But any way you slice it, it is just too hot to be out and about today in this part of the country, especially if you have anything really busy to do, like for an extended period of time. We have a ridge of high pressure at the surface and aloft, and that's just keeping all of that heat trapped near the Earth's surface. So not a lot of room to just escape back into the atmosphere and let us cool down. Even during the evening hours, we're talking about temperatures not dropping all that much. So many times when you talk about a heat wave, it's one thing to have extremely high temperatures during the afternoon, but when you're able to cool down at night, that gives you some type of relief. But that has not been the case over the last couple of days, and over the next several days that won't be the case, because look at the overnight low temperatures not dropping below the mid-70s. So no real relief even at night, and then during the afternoon you're back in the 90s and 100s. I mean, you can't get a break. So that's when we talk about an extreme heat wave. So you need to do whatever you can to try and beat this heat wave over the next several days. Again, please take it easy. Jeff?
All right, let's turn our attention to where we think there might be some bigger storms today.